This what happens when grilled chicken, Swahili goat biryani, spicy Nigerian jollof rice and biryani rice come together in one pot, creating the best jollof biryani in the world using the best quality basmati rice. Roast your tomatoes alongside ginger and garlic, red onions and plenty of red bell peppers, scotch bonnet and serrano chili peppers. Blend everything to a paste, oil in a pan, go in with onions, saute, and once your onions are nice and wilted, in with our tomato paste, and we're going to fry until it separates and sweet in flavor, going in with our blended veggies. Curry powder and seasoning bouillon, cook everything down for at least 20 minutes to build flavor, and once our jollof sauce is nice and ready, grab half of it and pour over your chicken thighs. Mix to marinate, and once evenly coated, onto a charcoal grill, basting with our leftover marinade. Onions, tomatoes, green bell peppers, biryani masala, coriander, mala or fermented milk. Blend and pour the marinade over our goat meat. Red onions in hot oil, and as these keep going, ginger and garlic paste over our goat. Once our onions are nice and golden brown in color, into the marinade they go, mixing it in, and once evenly combined, go in with some of that onion oil and set aside to marinate. Pile basmati rice into a container, covering with water, rinsing till the water runs clear, half of it going into our leftover pepper sauce. Mix to combine, and once your rice is translucent, cover it with water, gently mix to combine and cover to simmer. Whole pilau masala infused in some oil, adding tomato paste, cooking off its acidity, and once broken down, in with our marinated goat biryani. Mix to combine, and we're going to cover and let this simmer in its own marinade till done. Whole pilau masala and oil into boiling water, and in goes the other half of our pal basmati rice. Parboil this till 80% done, strain and set aside to cool. The grilled chicken was almost done, and at this point our jollof rice was nice and cooked. Mchele imeachana moja moja. Once your goat biryani is cooked, tender and full of the bone, what's left now is layering our biryani, and our grilled chicken, nice juicy and smoky, goes in the pot, forming the first layer of flavor. Our parboiled basmati rice goes in next. A layer of fried onions goes on top alongside fresh coriander leaves. Next we're going to go in with our goat biryani. It's all about layering the flavors, followed by our jollof rice. Cheki vile mchele imeachana moja moja. Grilled chicken on top, another layer of fried onions, garnish with coriander. Pal basmati rice to top it off, fried onions, garnish with coriander, cover and simmer to cook. Once done, our jollof biryani should be nice and fluffy, no need for artificial coloring on the rice, all natural colors, flavors and aromas. This plated up 20 portions, and it was an explosion of flavors, from the spicy goat biryani with that tangy kick from the jollof, the smoky char grilled chicken, a bold fragrant feast in each bite, and as always, good food tastes better when it's shared. Let's make mtura, Kenya's iconic traditional sausages, alongside African spider plant or chin saga, some goat nyama choma, and ugali with Alex or the French guy cooking. Season your leg of goat with salt on both sides, rubbing it in and onto your charcoal grill, spritzing over some salty water for moisture, and grill over medium-low heat. Red onions diced up, done. Tomatoes, done. Spring onions chopped up, done. Flip a nyama choma, basting with salty water, meanwhile in a hot pan with a bit of oil, going with red onions alongside green onions. Season with salt and saute till wilted down and fragrant before going in with your tomatoes. Mix it in, and you're going to lay this saute over medium-low till broken down, as Alex was picking our chin saga, separating the leaf from the stalks. And once you've cooked off most of the acidity of your tomatoes, thoroughly wash clean your spider plant till the water runs clear, and into the pan. Don't mind overcrowding, as it will reduce in volume once you start sauteing. Season with salt and let it saute over low heat till cooked through. In the meantime, I had cooked our mtura stuffing, a balance of different cuts, organs, fats and veggies stuffed into goat's intestines, tying off both ends and onto a charcoal grill ready to be cooked. Not forgetting our mbuzi choma, which was almost done, at the same time keeping an eye on our mtura and get started with our ugali.
Là, vous me voyez en train de préparer le plat national kényan, le ugali. C'est une pâte faite à base de farine de maïs blanc et d'eau. Et aussi de beaucoup d'huile de coudre. Regardez ces muscles en action. Je peux vous dire que le rugbyman professionnel ne se sentait pas très bien en voyant les efforts que j'ai fournis. Si vous bossez bien, la pâte devrait être homogène et quelqu'un devrait goûter et dire que c'est bon. Voilà.
Good. With our ugali ready to be served, our chin saga had cooked and tenderized, no need to boil in kisi, we call them momonyenye. And what was left now was just to keep an eye on our mtura, flipping often till golden brown and crispy, chop everything up, and it was time to plate and dig in. From YouTube tutorials to cooking together, hosting Alex the French guy cooking was a full circle moment for me. I sure did learn a lot from him back when I started my journey as a self-taught chef, and it was an absolute honor having him on the balcony, cooking side by side and having him experience a bit of authentic Kenyan cuisine and culture through food. We laughed, we ate, and proved one thing for sure: never meet your heroes is a lie. Sometimes it's the best thing you can do. If your omena smells like a dead joke stinking up the house, today's omena recipe alongside incredibly soft ugali and sukuma wiki is for you. Red onions sliced up, done. Tomatoes, done. Spring onions chopped up, done. Coriander roughly chopped, done. Chiffonade your sukuma wiki, done. Fresh omena that a few hours ago was still swimming in Lake Victoria, try and resuscitate them with cold water, giving them a gentle bath, getting rid of any dirt before straining, and that's all the hard work done. These are ready to be cooked. Oil in a hot pan alongside green onions that we are going to saute, and once aromatic, in with our ginger and garlic paste. Cook this down to infuse, and once fragrant, in with your tomatoes. Saute over high heat, and once broken down, season with salt, black pepper, cumin and coriander powder, paprika alongside turmeric powder, your favorite seasoning cube, and always cook down your spices, infusing them in the oil before topping everything up with water. Mix to combine when we're going to let this simmer and build flavor as we prepare our ugali. Add your premium maize meal into boiling water, mixing it in, getting rid of any lumps, adding more flour as necessary. Easy to prepare and incredibly soft. Add more of our Aja premium whiteness, folding it in effortlessly, leaving no lumps behind, cooking over high heat, and once you get that great ugali aroma, your incredibly soft ugali will be done. Our sauce has now reduced, full of flavor. Gently spread your fresh omena evenly in the pan, and if you've worked with fresh omena before, you know how delicate they are. So even when mixing to combine with the sauce, be gentle as they can easily break, and if not careful, you'll end up with omena porridge or instant omena oats. Go in with heavy cream or milk, and we're going to let our omena poach for around 8 to 10 minutes with minimal mixing as we get started with our sukuma wiki by sauteing onions with a bit of salt. In goes our sukuma wiki, wilting them down, adding in more, repeating the same process, and we are going to cook our sukuma wiki for a few minutes, still retaining its vibrant color and texture. Our fresh omena had poached in the sauce, simmering for around 8 minutes. Garnish with coriander and gently mix to wield the coriander, and if you've never had fresh omena before, I highly recommend trying out this version. As with fresh omena, you don't get that pungent omena smell produced by bacteria and concentrated compounds as a result of the drying process. This ain't your dry stinky omena that stinks up the house, and if you don't know where to get fresh omena, check out my plug Akinis plate on the caption for your deliveries, and enjoy. First time hosting a vegan, and my grandmother's recipe of sauteed mushrooms mixed with mrenda or jute mellow alongside ugali didn't disappoint. Tomatoes diced up, done. Spring onions roughly chopped, done. White button mushrooms thinly sliced, done. Brown button mushrooms, done. Portobello mushrooms, done. Shiitake mushrooms, done. Oil in a pan, go in with green onions, saute till wilted down and fragrant but not brown in color. Diced tomatoes, season with salt, saute over high heat, breaking down the tomatoes, cooking off the acidity, going in with our shiitake mushrooms. Portobello, white button and brown button mushrooms. Shimeji mushrooms go in, mix everything to combine with the sauce and let this cook down, dehydrating the mushrooms to build flavor. And as this wilted down, I prepared our mrenda or jute mallow by separating the leaves from the woody stalks while Lauren got us going on the ugali.
When a famous chef invites you over to make a vegan Kenyan dish, the correct answer is yes. Now, I've been plant-based for over 15 years because plants require way less water, land, and resources than animals. So it's an everyday choice I make to be a bit kinder to the planet. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was low-key terrified to make ugali for the first time with Dennis watching over my shoulder because my first attempt was not so great. But once I got the hang of it and learned it's all in the stirring, we were making progress. And cooking together was a testament to how we can always keep our minds open, meet in the middle, and agree on how delicious plants are.
Our Aja premium soft ugali was done at this point, and our mushrooms had intensified in flavor, developing an umami, earthy, slightly meaty flavor. Rinse your mrenda thoroughly in clean water and into our now dehydrated mushrooms. Strain your jute mallow and into the pot alongside our mushrooms. Mix to combine, wilting down your mrenda, infusing all the earthy, meaty, complex flavors and aroma in the pan together, going in with our enoki mushrooms last as they take minutes to cook. Everything is done at this point. My grandma used to let this simmer in heavy cream. I skipped on that. However, coconut milk would work if you want to have it creamy but keeping it vegan. A hearty plant-based Kenyan meal. Our ancestors thrived on dishes like this, proving that vegan isn't new, it's tradition. And across Kenya, most of us grew up relying on plant-based food, sometimes by choice, often by circumstance, because it's affordable, sustainable, and deeply nourishing. Beyond just culture and health, plant-based diets help the environment, reducing pressure on land and resources. A simple meal carrying wisdom from the past with hope for the future, proof that food can honor our past while protecting our future.